Checking for bugs. No bugs. Okay. The camera is there. Hi there. This is Marge from A Rose Grows in Harlem. Today is Tuesday, July 25th, and there are 100 days left of my growing season. My first frost date is November 2nd, and I took the advice of many of the other gardeners that I subscribe to here on YouTube, and I counted the days. I am not really good about being thorough that way. I kind of try to wing it and see what happens just for the experimental reason. But because I was neglectful of my seedlings because of all of my fruit trees here, I wanted to see if I can get in a second round of planting. And it turns out that a lot of the things I planted in the spring that came up and then eventually died, I actually can plant again because they have very low um, times to actually come up, either to germinate or to bloom or to actually harvest. I wrote down a list. I will slowly go through it on the page so that you don't have to listen to me rattle off every one of these things here. I don't know if you can even read my chicken scratch, but I will go through that eventually. I basically tried my best to stay on the seedlings that I had from the spring because I didn't want to overwhelm myself again like I was this year. I'm normally very good. My tomatoes come up every year. I baby them, and this is the first time I went all out and tried to grow a lot of stuff at once. And it basically just had me upstairs saying, I really don't want to go out and deal with it because it's a lot to handle right now. But basically, most of the stuff is, I would say, an average of probably 50 days, which is fantastic. I have my flowers like my alyssums, my nasturtiums, my lupine, which is amazing because that takes a full year to flower, but the seedlings come up in 18 to 21 days, and you can plant them from February to December. And I believe those are perennials, so if I plant them now, they just come back up. I'll put them in some containers. Let's see, I have my yarrow, which takes 70 days. I have any other flowers? Oh, and a new one because I saw that it was nice for the bees is called Lacy Phacelia, Phacelia, and that only takes 60 days. So the flowers I will either put into containers or put into trays, so this way I can transplant them, but they're all going to be outside, so there's going to be no hardening off process that has to happen. With the, let's see, I have other vegetables, and yeah, these are all vegetables and spices, I guess. I guess a pepper is a vegetable. Those I will put right in the ground, and so that the squirrels and chipmunks don't get them, I cover them with cups. I do a clear cup, and I poke a hole at the top, so this way it kind of creates kind of like a greenhouse effect. So I do have loofah, which I was very excited about. That takes 120 days, but I figure I can probably chance it not getting freezing November 2nd because our Novembers are kind of mild, at least down where I am. So maybe I can squeeze out another month or so, and we'll see if I get some loofah. I don't know, who knows. Even if I just get the plants, I'll be happy about that. Cucumber, I was very, very excited about, and I hope this thing does not fall over again. Oh, I should get a bag of something. Well, we'll find out because the wind now has started to pick up, which is nice because it gives me a breeze. But I was very excited that my cucumbers only take about 55 days. So those are definitely going back into the garden. I have my peppers take about 72 to 75 days. So those will definitely go in. And again, this is all from seed. I know I can go to the store and I can buy them, but the point that I am trying to train myself to do is to get into the habit of either growing from seed, collecting seeds, saving the seeds, not just leaving them out to rot or something like that. And if I do need backups, yes, I can go. But the point or the goal of this year is for experimentation, learning what I should be doing so that for next year, when I get everything planned and ready to go, I know what time of year to start seeds so that when one plant has finished all of its, all of its producing, I could pull that, put another one in there, or maybe even do some rotation cropping. I mean, I'm trying to go the route of permaculture where it's, I'm trying not to, I'm trying to go the route of perennials and things that are sustainable, things that help each other out. Even though there are annuals like tomatoes and cucumbers, if you think about when the fruits drop, right, the seeds come up. And there was a gentleman who is, I'll put his YouTube channel, talking about how happy he is when he gets a volunteer plant, right? Any gardener knows that there are volunteers. A seed spreads or flies over. Basil is oh my goodness, if you've ever grown basil, you'll find basil everywhere in your garden because it proliferates, right? The seeds go where they're supposed to. That's what nature does. And if you leave a tomato, if a tomato drops and you leave it, and if an animal does not pick it up and carry it away someplace else, you'll get another tomato the next year. So technically, that it's not really a perennial, but I like to think of them as perennials because they'll come back. But anyway, let's see, what else do I have? Oh, and the whole thing that got me started on this was watermelon because I love watermelon and I love going to the store and eating watermelon that's already pre-cut. But if I could grow my own watermelon and make watermelon juice, popsicles, making cocktails and all types of things, that would make me happy. I love watermelon for breakfast in the morning. That's just the most relaxing, chill thing to have with some cucumber water. I know it sounds bougie, but it's delicious. I thought I might give the Swiss chard a try again. That's only 30 to 60 days, which I was very surprised at. And it's cold hardy. They're like, yeah, if it freezes, no, don't worry about it. But I guess that's true of many lettuces and other leafy greens. Same as spinach. Spinach only takes 37 to 45 days, so I'll try to grow those. Although my spinach seeds, the ones that I'm using, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about them. Hopefully, they just need really hot weather, so maybe I'll plant them right in the ground, not in the tray. We'll find out. Definitely trying all of my tomatoes again, because none of the seedlings were successful. Basically, they grew, they looked great in the trays, and then when I put them in the ground, it was not enough. They had already been in the trays forever, and they're not growing anymore. Did I miss anything? Nope, I think that's it. Spinach, tomato, oh, beets, Swiss chard, yarrow counts as a flower, watermelon, jalapenos, sweet banana peppers, lupine for the flower, cucumbers, it's a pickle bush and national pickling. Alyssums, I have basket of gold and the carpet of snow, so I got a little yellow, a little white. Loofah, which I'm excited about, and apparently you can eat loofah. That's what it says on the package. If you eat them when they're young, they're supposed to be delicious. I don't know what they taste like, but we could always try if I get any this year. And some of the flowers. Yeah, so I'm excited because I have a second chance to garden, so we'll find out. Um, I'm gonna go through the walkthrough, and please excuse the weeds. They're really bad. I've not touched them in a week, and yeah, we'll see if I don't get frustrated. Here is beautiful Granny Smith apple tree. The success of this tree and how well it's doing has definitely helped me to decide to take all of the fruit trees and put them in these 15-gallon bags. I'm gonna cut them to about here, which will make them probably about, what is that, maybe 3.5 feet tall, and we'll try to grow them from there. These are my blueberries, just resting and chilling. I know they want to get bigger, and they probably need more food because they've produced, and I've eaten them, and they're delicious. Here are some rescued white lantana that are doing well in this container. These containers, I found that lantana sometimes has to be overwintered in a warmer location, so I might be putting that in the greenhouse. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens with that. This is some lemon balm. That looks like it might need some, I think that's lemon balm. I don't know, that might be another white lantana. I don't know. I really should start marking these. Oh, I did. What is it? Ah, it's lemon balm. Okay, good. I just don't remember these stems. I don't know. It looks like it needs some. It probably needs to be fed. These are my plums, which are doing well, and my marigolds, my beautiful marigolds that just popped up. So the plums are doing well. The strawberries over here. They went through another round of fruit, and I let the animals of the backyard have them. Just want to get them established. Oh, look, this one is finally producing. Look at that. Good job, baby. I'll probably have to feed them again. And this one is shooting off crazy runners. So I'm hoping to have maybe some wild strawberries. Here is my beautiful gold medal rose. I showed this before. That was its first bloom, and I should probably deadhead this so it gets more. But so far, that's another bud, and that's another bud right over there. So exciting. Here is my cherry tree. Doing well so far. Just a few ants, but I don't see any crazy damage. This is my floral cloud rose. Don't see anything yet. It'll take its time. Here is one of my elderberry bushes, and I definitely have to prune this because it's starting to flop over, and I think I should just prune the edges so it grows up and bushy, and I think that'll be fine. This is another lemon balm, and I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put one of my large fabric grow pots on top of here and see if I can make use of sucking up some of those nutrients. Here are my poor grape leaves. I've been so negligent on them and I feel bad, but I need to put the trellis up so that they can properly be supported. I'll probably cut them down quite a bit and just leave the main stems because they've gotten so big and there's spiders everywhere. But this one really needs to be propped up. And that one's growing, but it probably needs some more food. Yeah. And there's my serviceberry, which I think these all need some food. They look like they're struggling. My poor babies. Okay, here go my apple trees. Right now, the only one that's left in here is this crab apple tree there. And this is my Braeburn, is it? Which one is this? Yes, my Braeburn apple. So that one should be good. It's a deep red apple. Those didn't make it, and that's okay because, again, this is experimentation time. See what we need to get things going successfully. And I really have to weed this. This is going to be a feeding fest for the mosquitoes. Okay, so here we go with the pawpaw tree here. That is one of the unnamed apple trees that it just grew another stem. Beautiful. That's great. And this is my apricot. It's golden apricot, I think. Yes, early golden apricot. This is my pineapple guava, and that's getting new leaves every day. You can see new growth is great. Ooh, I'm trying to navigate this hilly terrain. Here, here you might see my corn stalks that were graciously planted by chipmunks and squirrels. Thanks, guys. Here are my mini olive trees. They're doing well. Here is a nectarine tree that is growing from the rootstock, not the actual graft. And here is my corn. Unbelievable. Unbelievable and exciting. And there, what did I plant there? I think that is also lantana. I think that's my white lantana. Okay, let's go over here. If I suddenly scream, I apologize. I'm trying not to walk through spider webs. Here is my store-bought blackberry, and I bought this cute little black, it's hard to see, let me see if I can get it with the green, this little black trellis. It's got little arches on it. It's only $35 and maybe about 5 feet tall. It was nice, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll add some support to the blackberry plant, and I will eventually weave it through here, and then I'll have a little wall of blackberries. R.I.P. my poor hazelnut. I'm not going over there because there are way too many weeds and other things, but that's my walnut tree. It had a brother, but it's no longer with us. This is my pecan tree here, doing very well. Still growing, some nibbles, but nothing crazy. I have another elderberry here. This one seems to be doing well at standing up on its own. Here is one of my roses. This is the love rose that's not come up. So I just gave it some friends in the marigolds. Some marigold friends. More corn. Here are the pears. And anytime you see this indentation, that's because a cat was sitting on it. I have to start putting spikes in these things. Look at this hair. This cracks me up. This hair cracks me up. And there's where it gets pollinated from. So that should be fun. This over here is an Arizona rose. Also not showing any signs of life. Hoping it's living its best life that it can. This is my Dolly Parton rose. Oh, I keep forgetting to cut off this. Let me see if I can do this right now. Really have to cut off this rosebud, because if there's a rosebud, it thinks it's done for the season. So I'm taking it off, and thank goodness, because look at this new bud that is coming up. So hopefully it will stop its energy on this thing and put its energy on this thing. And that's a lot of new growth here and new growth here. I wanted to put it in a sunnier area, so I put it here instead of having it over there where that gets a lot of shade. More corn. Yeah, so these are my pears. Ooh, I hope there's no spider webs here. This is my kiwi tree. It's got 2 main stems because one is male, one is a female. And I'm just winding that around this cute little trellis and trying to keep this wandering cucumber off of it. Yeah, it's not rained here in a long time, so I think there may be some watering needs as well. This is another lemon balm plant. This was yellow gold glow rose, still not doing anything. See what happens. Here are my other apple trees. We have a crab apple. Ooh, a lot of mosquitoes over here. Crab apple tree here. green one that's got, oh, I have to see what's wrong with that. The leaves are curling up. Probably have to feed it to give it more strength for its immune system. But yeah, these are doing okay. The sun has helped dried a lot of this stuff up, so the problem that I was having with the woolly aphids, I think they're called, have pretty much gone away. I only had it on one plant, so it was all right. Look at my blackberries. This is my blackberry from Beirut. Beautiful. Those are my first blackberries. This one tried down here. I don't think it got anywhere, but that's okay. Probably also needs some, yeah, all these things need to be fed and then watered. It's not rained here in a really long time. So here is my bucket of wildflowers and bulb plants. Oh, there are too many things over here. Oh, mosquitoes. These are my peach trees. They seem to be doing meh. They're very sensitive. They're not hardy at all. So we'll see. And that's another elderberry. And that's the backyard. Doing well. I will definitely have to get to weeding, but I have to wait for the sun to go down because it's very hot. Okay, indoors we have my blueberry plant cuttings, which are doing well. My avocado seeds, which are still probably sleeping. They don't come out for a while. I'm trying not to overwater them. They're quite soaked, so I will let them go for a little bit. The Kalanchoe or the Kalanchoe cuttings from over there, and more cuttings.